Hey, 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 everybody. Hello, hello. Good evening, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Wellness and Lifestyles with Nurse Chris,
Indeed.
where we focus on health for the mind, body, and soul, for the young and the young at heart.
Hey, hey.
And today we're going to talk about how energy goes where attention flows.
Hey, everybody. Happy holidays.
Happy
still.
holidays to you all.
Going into the new year.
Whoop, whoop. And this topic is very important because a lot of times when we go into the new year, we want new things to happen in terms of, our life, our circumstances. So it all boils down to energy. Hey, Katina Pugh, thank you for being a Nurse Chris supporter. Hey, Elisa, thank you for being a Nurse Chris supporter. Hey, Christine, thank you for being a Nurse Chris supporter. What's up, Trinkets? I said we got to go on later so we can catch her because she be busy during the day. Basketball mom and stuff.
All about you, Trinkets.
Don't be no hater. Don't be no hater.
Hey, Myra.
Hey, Brenda. Good to see you guys today.
Just say hey right quick, everybody.
Hey, Maria. Hey, Jaretha. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Wow. Fish and chips.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Did you leave any fish in the kitchen? You gave it all to me.
You want more ketchup?
Honey.
Oh, that's honey. Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you, sweetie.
Check out these fish and chips.
Question is, did we bring the seasoning? Probably
No,
not.
we did not.
Gotta remember them.
And then I have my standard breakfast that we get here. We back in the Philippines.
Hey, Vicky.
Good to see you from the D, just like me. Whoop, whoop, 313. Don't be a hater. Hey, Joyce.
Say don't hate, congratulate.
Yes. How was you guys' Christmas? Was it laid back? Did you have company? Did you go out to your people's house?
Hey, Kimberly.
How was it? That fish and chips smell good. Hey, Gladys. Hey, Kimberly from the 313, just like me.
Bet you want one or two?
Yes, Deborah, I talked to Rosalind today. Thank you for referring her. I will help her with her Medicare options. Thank you so much. Once we get everything situated, I got something coming for you.
She'll send you a thank you. A real one.
Happy holidays to you, Nikita. Cooked all day, but it was a blessed occasion with your kids. That's what's up. What you cook, Trinkets?
Carla, Roxanne.
Did you do all vegetarian options? Hey, Roxanne Johnson. Good to see you. Yes, hey, Mrs. Manick
Hey.
from Ballet.
Thanks again for our tank tops.
And a wonderful lunch.
Oh, and a wonderful lunch.
Yeah, she prepared a wonderful Balinese lunch for us. It's so good. It was so wonderful. Hey, Kay Hazel Eyes. Good to see you. Hey, McAfee. Hey, LaShawn.
Let's see what they working with.
I know the fish and chips be good because it's like fresh fish, Hey. I told D, once your food come eat a little bit because she'll get to talking and she won't get to eat.
All facts.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to get into the message soon. But yes, it's important. Energy is everything, Sometimes I learned it the hard way. But, we all live, learn, grow. Every day is a chance to start over and get a fresh start. So, it's all about a mindset. And it's amazing how if you start your day off rough, your whole day can follow that pattern.
Hey, Crystal. We got to send those gifts out too.
Yes, for the people that won in the giveaway drawing. Hey, LaShawn. Oh, she said, I want to thank you for introducing us to the Fashion Hunter. I love them. Yeah, the Fashion Hunter family, they are wonderful, have great deals on, different unique clothing items at a reasonable price that you won't find everywhere in the store. Hey, Angela Baker, thank you for being a Nurse Chris supporter. We did, the Christmas was laid back, went to the beach club.
And ate a little bit of everything. Again, hey, Kiki.
Yes, we're in the Philippines now, but we just at a resort right now having brunch. It's 11:59 in the
when y'all go on vacation, is the worst part all the laundry and trying to get moved back in and unpacking the bags. And we've learned that when you travel internationally and that luggage is underneath the plane with all those other international travelers, you cannot come home and bring your luggage into the house and open it. You got to open it on the porch or in your garage and leave it for some hours or a day. Let anything that shouldn't have crawled into it crawl out, and then bring your stuff in little by little.
For real.
Like one by one, bring it in to make sure that you're good. So that's my tip.
True story. I was ready to get back home though. It's hard to be away from home for a long time, especially when you got your babies and things. But we had a nice 3 weeks in Bali.
Harper had her back to us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. Hey, Christella, good to see you. So, who else had a big Christmas? Who else cooked? Trinket said she everything was vegetarian, but she made meat for them. Oh, that was sweet.
And what school did your son get accepted into? I remember.
Dee said that Angela said she talking about you eating everything. She know what happened to you when you feast like that. We actually spaced it out though. We spaced it out.
These flies are very intentional. I just want you to know that it's flies today, not mosquitoes. Sheesh.
Nikita said, great tip, Dee. Never thought about that. Yeah.
You just don't need those kind of problems, you know?
For real. For real, for real.
She said the hitchhikers too.
They probably be in all kind of different areas.
She's talking about the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
The weather here, it's about to rain and it's hot. I'm back to being hot again. When I'm at the house, I am just hot. But
he said he got accepted into a lot of schools. I think she told me he's gonna make this decision.
The options of choice versus no choices at all, that's beautiful. That's a good problem to have.
Our friend Marie Carr King, she said Clarence made a fabulous meal for the family, not many leftovers. We know he can cook, so.
You got a chance to eat some Clarence food?
Baby, you did too. Didn't we eat over there? I thought we ate, didn't we? Or was we just hanging out?
Was that in Chicago?
In California, baby.
Oh, I don't think we ate.
With our favorite couple. Oh, maybe we didn't eat. It just seemed like.
They brought us stuff.
No, when we went over their house in California, I thought he made some fish or something. Or maybe he gave us some fish.
I don't remember.
I can't remember, but we did go over there. But I know he can cook.
Woo-wee.
Mm-hmm. Say the flies is real. Happy to see you too, Lisa. Happy holidays to you. Bounce sheet and mothballs. Keep yeah, but I don't want to put that fabric softener in my luggage like that. Cause then, even though the fabric softener, it smells great, but it's got a lot of chemicals, and I just try not to put a bunch of extra stuff on my body. But I know what you're saying.
But we are also heard that the cats don't like the mothballs because we had to put something on our scooter. They was trying to chew up our new bike.
D is having fish and chips, and I'm just having my regular standard American breakfast with garlic rice,
Bacon,
egg,
over easy egg, and this is French toast.
but I won't eat that today.
Maybe it's this syrup.
They was coming before then.
Mm-mm.
Only Chris did. Okay, D was sick. Oh, you didn't go over there with me? I don't. Okay, that might have happened.
I'm glad that I wasn't there because otherwise, it's the memory, it's the brain. Okay.
You don't want to be losing her.
Yeah, I don't want my faculties
To be leaving yet. Never. I understand. And the fish and chips here, they have like a local fish. Like that's why it's so thin.
It's like Just kind of like tastes like a whitefish.
Yeah, it's a white fish for sure.
Kiki, I want you to continue to come on here, okay? Because I'm always talking about Kiki in, right? And I said I want to Kiki with Kiki, so I'm gonna accept this as a sign. Hey, Renee.
Happy holidays.
Two Renees. So y'all ready for this
Topic for today.
light conversation? So what's the saying, babe?
Energy goes where attention flows.
Energy goes where attention flows. So, in that vein of thinking, that's my question to y'all. What has your energy? What are you focused on, right? What do we pay attention to? And if energy goes where our attention flows, we need to pay attention to what we are tending to, right? So, if currently things are not going well, and we're responding, we're reacting, we're engaging in things, is it even our thing? Are we tending to other people's thing and making it our thing? And even if it's not somebody else's thing, it's our thing. Should we be directing our attention and our energies in that direction? And so we're trying to remove negativity, bad things, unhealthy things as much as possible. But there are things that are beyond our control. So we're at the very least amongst ourselves trying not to be the initiator of it, the engager of it, the creator of it. Some of us create our own issue, and then we have to navigate through that issue. And then when we navigate through, we're like, yay, I made it through. Yeah, but you also caused it. And what if all that energy could have been spent having a good time, enjoying oneself, not having to survive something, not having to overcome something? Go ahead, babe. I'm just kind of going.
Thank you, Angela, for those 200 stars. You'll be in the next giveaway drawing. I know personally in my life, there's been times when I've taken on other people's problems as my own, just even focusing on it and worrying about it and how they gonna do this and how they gonna do that. But even for me myself, there's been times where I had a concern and I dwelled on those concerns, or I had something in mind that I wanted to control the outcome. And instead of going with the flow, I ended up causing confusion or causing issues or even an injury to myself, you know. So, you know, when it comes down to what's happening to us, sometimes we bring it upon ourselves. Some people have cancer in their family. So in the back of their mind, they worried about when they're going to get cancer.
Until they get
it. There's people that I know, person I know that had a family history of thyroid issues and had it in their mind and was concerned about it until years later they ended up with that issue. And sometimes we don't realize we bring the things onto ourselves, the situations on ourselves, the circumstances. You know, if you got, you know, enough money to pay the bills, but then you always feel like, oh, what if I don't have enough? Or what if it runs out? Or, you know, have that type of thought process, then you're putting out a poverty consciousness, and you're going to bring in that lack in the future because of what you're focusing on today.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the moment or whatever. Actually, you're not even focusing on it today because today you got enough, but you worried about tomorrow, next week, and things like that. So, when you put that energy out there, that is what you attract.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do the opposite, when you focus on health, being healthy, when you focus on having enough finances for what you need, when you focus on positive relationships, then you will literally attract that. Recent example for me, go ahead. I had some different changes that happened this past year, and I wanted to make sure that I, had a successful Medicare open enrollment season. So what did I do? I visualized having a successful Medicare season, helping a lot of people, and literally that's what happened to me and for me, because I set my intention to that. I set my intention to not worry, to not stress, to not get anxiety. And literally it happened for me. The next place that we're going to, instead of how I was acting when I first when we first came to the Philippines, being worried about what store I was going to go to get groceries and how I was going to navigate this and that, when doing that created a lot of resistance, a lot of negative energy, and, just unnecessary worry, and things just constantly worked out. So for the next place that we go to, I'm not worried about, how am I going to, get around to get groceries and things, because drivers are really inexpensive there anyway. But just how am I going to figure out where to go and, what to do? We went out on Christmas Day with a lovely mother and son and had a great time. And that son is originally from Cuba, but lived in Atlanta. And he was like, and we were just having casual conversations. He said, "Oh, I'll take you around to where you need to go and things." And I'm so glad. Like, even before I get there, I already know that I'm going to be able to learn the system of what I need, how to get what I need when I need it. So even though there's things you can order and get delivered, it's like a lot easier in Bali to get things to you. But just knowing that I put a good intention out there, and I told myself ahead of time I wasn't going to worry. And even before I get there, I already have someone that's going to show me the system.
So she's talking about the difference between embracing newness, change, differences, and being in resistance to what you actually asked for, right? We asked to be less burdened. We asked to be free. We asked to live outside of the systems that are set up for most of us to fail. And now that we have it, how dare we not embrace it? How dare we not enjoy it? But when you're so used to having to fight for every inch, every mile, everything, you become a fighter, right? And so the fight flight mode, we'll talk about that another day. And some of us, we just freeze, right? And so we realize that that's a part of our past. It's a part of our trauma. We've had to fight in so many instances for so many things that when there's nothing left to fight about or fight for, there's no drama. So now we have to not create it just because we're accustomed to it or we're used to it. And we removed it from other people bringing it, but now we have to exist. And we've experienced the contrast, right? Most of us have the good, the bad, the great, the ugly, the up, the down. But you shouldn't have to keep being reminded of the bad in order to enjoy the good. Why can't it just be good for a little while, a long while, and we be okay with that, right? And so you have a day, you have a headache. Then you say, when I don't have this headache no more, I'm going to enjoy myself more. When it's the winter time and then it becomes summertime, you say, oh, next summer, I'm going to do more. But then the summer comes and you don't actually embrace it or enjoy it. So we're trying to learn how to enjoy the life that we've been given, actually live the life that we have, right? And so even being back here now for the next 2 months, we're going to enjoy it for all that it is. And we're not going to focus on what it's not. Now, focusing on what it wasn't was important for us within the first year because we had to figure out if we wanted to continue to do this or to do something else. But we're not saying, oh, we shouldn't have come here. Oh, we made a mistake. This was the perfect beginning. It's just not the end all of things, but it's all perspective based. If we was beating ourselves up for, oh, we shouldn't have tried it, or if we felt defeated to the point that we go backwards, but that's not what we're doing. We appreciate what this was. And like she said, she realizes she needed to be here first so that she can really enjoy what's next.
And piggybacking off of what you said about how a lot of us are used to, having to struggle,
fight.
When we get to a point in our life, we don't know how to remove the struggle mindset and the resistance and the worry out. Like that was kind of my situation. I grew up in a situation where a lot of people in the family always stressed out, worried, focused on how you gonna do this and how you gonna do that. When actually, a lot of times when I look back, things was working out, but you just focused on the wrong things. So when you get to the point, you don't know how to act. So it does take time to work on your mindset. I'm still working on my mindset. Baby, here, cover that up.
I just want it away from me with the flies.
Cover it up, though,
all right.
I don't want to waste that fish. So it can be challenging to change our mindset, but it can be done. That way, over time, we can live in less resistance. We can continue to attract good things to us. Lisa said, at times you take another folks' baggage and forget your own issues until your energy levels will not allow for you to do for yourself. I think you will always prepare, but take on too much.
All facts.
Yeah, but
that's what I talk about all the time. I say, if we spend energy on little things, right? And we make the little things big things. And then we spend all our energy on other people's drama. You mess around and something, unexpected comes up in your life and you're depleted. You're drained. And them fools that you was trying to help fix and save, they definitely don't have the wherewithal, finances, or nothing you need. And then you feel forsaken. And so,
she wants to keep that. Just take that to go. Just the fish, not the fry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Trinket said, opening our minds to the possibility of something great happening is difficult in the beginning. Yeah. And sometimes, you start off, okay, you change your mindset. But then, we're human beings. So sometimes those old ways, those old mindsets,
it comes back.
It creeps in, and so it's a constant adjustment.
And it's about accepting oneself and accountability. And it's okay to realize where you're weak at, where you struggle, what needs to be worked on. But for me personally, the topics that we're going to discuss in the very near future and day to day, I don't want my community to suffer for the next 4 years. I don't want my community to say, oh, well, this is what we got for the next 4 years and it's about to be horrible. And you literally set yourself up to suffer for the next 4 years. That's just one example. Some of us don't have 4 years to go down, be down, and then try to make it back after the 4 years. There were 4 years ago that this happened and people went down. And then after he was out, they stayed down, they still down, and he about to be in again. We cannot base our lives off who sits in what chair, whether it's at our house table or in the office at work or in the president's house. And so that's all we're trying to do is just live the day to day, share the experiences, whatever we gain, and we take accountability for when we fall off or fall down or get off, and we're healing, right? And so yesterday, it wasn't that it was a healing day, a mental healing, but we were physically tired, right? And getting unpacked in different time zones. So even allowing this to stress us out. Oh, we didn't go on one day. Oh, well. And we're not going to go on 5 times a day because there's something called oversharing. But we just going to we're going to ebb and flow. When we have it to give, we'll be here. When we don't, sometimes it's because we don't have it to give. And sometimes we're just living our blessed life. And so we're paying attention to what works and what doesn't work. And we're growing and evolving. And this thing is suppressing us. But we're not stressed about it. We're not worried about it. We're not going to do the things you have to do to fit in to the algorithm. So with that being said, what is your life? What is your algorithm? Where is your energy directed, right? What is it flowing toward? Are we focused on negative things, bad things, evil things, demonic things that tear us down and bring us down? Or are we focused on the present? Do we realize that our future as in even tomorrow, is going to be better than today? And so the reacting to things. Sometimes my wife overreacts, but guess what I do? I underreact. Some things deserve a response, your attention. So I'm going to give you an example of something that happened to me, and I know I didn't react at all. We were leaving Gili T Island by boat. The water was choppy, so the entire ride was topsy-turvy, right? We had just had Bali belly, got over that sickness, and my wife still had the crutches at the time. So imagine trying to get her off the boat onto land with the crutches, through the hole, up and out. That's a lot of energy, and I'm focused on her, right? Meanwhile, the luggage needs to come off. I got to get all the bags. Okay. In the process of me getting all the bags, you got all these people smoking a cigarette because they couldn't smoke on the boat. And it's chaotic because everybody wants their luggage. In the process of all of that, y'all, all I want to do is get back to her with the luggage so that we can get our taxi driver. Everybody is asking you, taxi, 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 even though we got one already. And the way it's all set up, when you order one in advance, they make them park further out because they want you to use the people right here. So in the process of all that chaos, what could possibly go wrong with my delightful, happy self? Y'all, I got bags on my back, strapped across my side, luggage in my hands. My hands are not free. This man from Australia, white man from Australia, takes his phone out and it's sprinkling. And he's articulating to me that his phone is wet and that he needs to dry it off in order to be able to use it. And while he's saying all of that, my hands are bound, right? This mofo took his phone and proceeded to dry it on my shirt. Is my shirt not on my body? Does my body not have a chest? So you're wiping your phone on my breast, technically. And it was so MFing ridiculous and stupid, and I couldn't comprehend how it was happening. So I'm being violated in the midst of the chaos. 1,000 people, and this mofo want to wipe his phone on my shirt, and nothing in me quick enough thought, let the luggage go, snatch the phone, fling it in the water, scream, I'm being violated. I don't know to this day, but I do know I should have stopped it. And it was quick. This shit happened so fast,
It's
y'all.
a blessing that I didn't see it, because I might have been in Bali jail right now.
But I had to dig deep. That's nothing but trauma. I've been traumatized before by people that look just like that. They just happen to be from America. And the violation that's occurring. But if I respond, I'm an angry black woman. I keep telling y'all, I'm a human first though. You're violating me as a human. So where is the response? So I gotta get somewhere between no damn response and going to jail. No response and somebody calling the police. No response and giving a damn about what you think or who else would have thought something if I had have reacted. Screw all that. So that's what I'm working on. In the moment. Don't be like, am I on candid camera? I can't believe this is happening. This is so ridiculous. What was he thinking? Screw all that. I need to react. So my wife has been overreacting, punching through, screaming out. And so we trying to find somewhere in between that. No reaction and too much reaction. Right? And then my feelings are hurt after because I feel disrespected. So
You
forget
were
the fact that it's
disrespected.
stupid and it shouldn't happen and yada, yada, yada. Where's the response? Any response? A no, a stop. Get your MFing hands, something. So that's where I'm at. I don't respond in the moment because I just can't believe I'm in utter dismay. I've been in utter dismay more times than most people in a lifetime. So I need to get beyond that whole thing of monitoring myself, policing myself, just to allow a bunch of fuckery to happen all the time, right? And so I told my wife, I said, people are either fearful of me because I have this intimidating exterior, or they violate me. That's where I'm at, in between those two spaces, which are horrible, shitty places to be. But when you see me smiling and joyful, that's in between the mess. When the mess is not occurring, how dare I not enjoy my life? I'm not waiting on the next thing to happen, and I hope another thing don't happen. But I am professing out loud to y'all that I'm going to get better at handling it when it occurs. And I think I'm fearful that because I haven't let nobody have it, that if I do, it's going to be over the top in jail somewhere.
But
On
see,
the news.
But see, so,
So
like we
that's what I'm
talking,
trying to
so
walk
like we're
through.
talking about, our energy goes where attention flows, and you didn't deserve that situation. But if anything, maybe it was a lesson to you to help you realize that even though you worked through the trauma in your life, that there's still some underlying.
But I know it's underlying already.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can articulate it. I know good and well I don't respond because of the trauma. I know good and well that's why I try to avoid certain things because of the trauma. I know the trauma's there. Most definitely, right? It's just that I don't cry about it like I used to. I used to have it in my dreams. I couldn't even get rest when I went to sleep because I was so traumatized. But I can't change everybody else. I can't make the dude not pick me out of all those people. So when it happens, if it happens again, I need to start responding in the moment because I cannot continue to allow the foolishness, y'all.
Very true. Very true. So, and we're not going to anticipate anything ever happening, but I guess you can, work on, mentally preparing if something does happen, how to respond that way. You're not taking advantage. Your hair is so long right there. That's crazy. Is this hair? No.
It might be attached.
Okay, here it is. It was like that wasn't your hair, baby. But yeah. So
I don't know if some of y'all would have snatched the phone, threw the phone, punched them, swiped the hand off, like something.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was just
either way. You don't use nobody else's clothes. Wipe it on your own shorts.
But it was a good thing I wasn't there because, I mean, like, I don't know. I would hope not to be, in a jail situation, but I would have definitely reacted. Yeah.
And when I say my wife overreacts, not in that situation. She wasn't even there next to me. So we're not giving examples of her overreacting right now. I'm just saying that that's generally how it works out.
But I'm also working on the way I respond to things too, right?
Oh yeah,
that's important. Sometimes if you respond, like if you in a situation, I can't think of one right now, but if you overreact to something happening, like you spill some water on the floor or something like that. If you just, oh my God, and you get stressed out, there's no, you causing unnecessary issues with yourself, your health, all those different things. So I actually have gotten a lot better with reacting to situations over the last year, I would say. Yeah. So
again, we open about most things and we navigate things. And this year we even did it different than last year. We told y'all in advance what we doing next. So
Angela said the devil's a lie. My life is in my control. Took a lot to learn to step back and think before reacting.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was my only little situation in the 18 days that we were gone.
So any more advice about, energy going and where attention flows?
I would basically say, what I did is I starved all the negativity, just starved it out. Because when I put my energy into it, it means I'm feeding it. And so the negative people, I removed them. So that's a way of starving it out, right? I stopped reacting, stopped responding, stopped calling, stopped tapping into. And so once I stopped feeding the people, they removed themselves, right? Once I stopped allowing all the negative information to be put into my ear, to even hear it.
To look at it on social media.
Because at first you'd be like, well, they the ones saying it. I'm not saying it. Yeah, but I'm listening to it. So don't even bring it my way and put it into my day. Tell somebody else about it, right? And so a lot of us are feeding the thing still. We're pouring water on it. And we're going to do another episode on sowing and reaping. And I truly believe that 2025 is Chris and I's reaping season. And so when it's finally your turn to receive, are you even open to receiving the bounty? what you're deserving of. Are you ready for it? And so, what?
Nothing. So we definitely want to, make sure that we monitor, our energy. We monitor what we're putting into our ears, what we're looking at.
Breaking old patterns, creating a new system, a new rhythm, a new flow, a new energy. The best life you've had that you haven't had yet. Even for those who had a decent life or it was pretty great, there's still more to come, right? And so I want you guys, if you don't do it on here, when we get off of here, just name it. What are you going to starve out? What are you removing for your life? What no longer deserves your attention, right? Give you some examples just to get started, which is how my journal will be. It'll give you some key points to help you get going. Are you overthinking? Are you micromanaging? Have other people's problems become yours? Are you focused on past trauma? Are you telling yourself, it's just my cross to bear, and so you're going to keep on carrying it? Are you full of anger, regret, begrudging? Whatever that thing is, that's your thing. It's a given. We need to let other people's stuff go. But if we remove that just within ourselves, what no longer deserves your attention? So one thing for me personally was that landlord, right? I removed her in my future, but I got 2 more months of her. And guess what? However many days that is, she can't have a day of it. No more of it. Would you remove, baby?
I would say I am being more intentional about my goals and desires, because sometimes when we want to make a personality change for the better, it's harder to do so, because our body or our mindset or our past history is set one way. So now in my life on a daily basis, I'm setting my intention to have less resistance in my life. So if something good is happening, I'm not going to worry if things are not going the way that it seems that it should go. So I'm daily setting a daily intention. So whatever you want in your life, it may sound like, oh, it's easier said than done. Whatever, well, if that's might be true, but if you want it to be easier, you gotta say it's gonna be easier. You gotta set your intention that it's gonna be easier. You gotta set your intention that it's gonna be better.
That was another bar she dropped. For every person that's saying easier said than done, go to bed. Easier said than done, just die. Because that's what you're literally saying. By saying those words, you're removing any growth, any opportunity, any newness. That saying needs to be removed from your mouth, from your mind, from your mindset. You can't get nowhere with that. It's easier said than done.
That's right.
Somebody wants you to put the link down so they can get some CMOS or something.
Yep. If you just go to, from here on out, go to nursechristusa.com. I just put it there, but it didn't show.
Bring the phone closer to you, baby.
There it is.
Okay. It's at the bottom.
At the bottom. But if you go to nursechristusa.com for all your orders, you can just go there. And if you want CMOS products, you just scroll to the bottom and click on the CMOS.
And get the hair growth oil. Let's go.
If you need it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how you can do it. Just make sure you do that from here on out, so that you can support us in our mission to help others. So thank you so much for asking.
We love you guys. Thank you for all the participation. Much appreciated. The people who come on replay and type in stuff, we check it out. And somebody wants to talk to you about insurance, and somebody else has a medical thing. So
yes, if you have some questions about Medicare, I can definitely help you out. But thank you. And Angela said she waiting on hers because she won. And we gonna put those orders in soon, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, and take care of yourself. Again, let's see. It's okay. I'm glad you said it. It says sometimes you say you will not be worrying, but when you have quiet moments, it's the same thing, different days.
Tell her about the
So-
17 seconds.
So, what she wants me to tell you about is that because it's normal for things, especially if you have a
lot
habit, of thinking a certain way. It's normal if it comes back up as a worry or whatever in your mind. But when that happens, because I used to suffer from anxiety real bad, and I started taking a mushroom lion's mane that we have available on nursechristusa.com under the anxiety and depression supplements. But I was taking that for a while, but I don't even have to take that any longer because when I was, using that, I was feeling better, but I also was changing my mindset on different things and worrying and anxiety and things like that. So if you
Have a thought.
have that thought, don't dwell on that thought. Know that it's a worry and say, hold up, wait a minute. Nope, not gonna do it.
And
Not gonna worry.
guess what's
Not gonna
big?
get my attention to
The
that.
fact that you typed it on here means that you acknowledge, like, I have negative thoughts still from time to time. So soon as it creeps in, what do you gotta do, baby?
You gotta, like I was just saying, you gotta dismiss it. Say, nope, not gonna let my mind go there. Nope.
And you know what I
And
would
you
do?
focus on something positive. Focus on something else.
I would literally shake my head. As soon as the thought come in, like, ooh, nope. Like physically shake it. Nope. And then change your thought or focus on something else. So, for instance, if you're having a bad time right now, you have to think of a positive thought. So you have to have a positive memory. So then you have to go into that Rolodex and say, oh, this made me happy, and focus on that. And then and then you build the happy, focused things, right? Oh, I love the water. Go sit by it. Turn it on the TV. Whatever it takes to break that thought up. And then you keep adding to the positivity. And then, ironically, the things around you start to get better. So, another thing you could do, set your intention to every day say one thing that you're grateful for. Some of us got to say the same thing because we might not have another new thing every day. But you keep repeating that one thing, and then guess what happens in your day? You start looking for stuff to be grateful for. So even if you start off with, hey, I woke up, that's wonderful and it's big, and we take it for granted every day.
We had a friend in his early 40s that just passed away last week.
Out of the blue, gone.
So, while we worried about tomorrow, what about right now? What about
And
today?
it's so many of us that can't focus on today or tomorrow because we still worried about what happened yesterday, last year, 10 years ago. Didn't even happen to you, happened to your mama, happened to your daddy, happened to your granddaddy, and we still carrying it. It's not our cross to bear. And this generational curse stuff is done too. Everything I'm saying is topics that I've pre-wrote up. So I'm all over the place because it's all in here ready to give to y'all. But we got to let that old stuff go. We taking ourselves out the game. And the game is life, actually. So.
That's right. So don't do it to yourself. And it takes time, to become a good habit.
And it's a process.
It's a process.
For the rest of our lives.
That's right.
But it's so much better than when we weren't knowing these things, when we weren't doing these things. So.
That's right. That's right. Miss Gwen, again, if you want anything, you go to nursechristusa.com. You scroll down if you want like certain supplements from our Total Body line, like something for blood pressure or weight loss natural. You go to the Total Body section. If you decide you want some CMOS products, you go there. We have partners people that we partnered up with
in the
U.S. that will handle all of the orders and things like that. If you have issues, don't wait 3 weeks to the issue and then be all upset. Let me know if after about a week and a half, something ain't, you didn't get your order or something.
And you guys have to understand, it was the holidays, right? So UPS, the post office, all these different delivering mechanisms were all overwhelmed. So things should get back to normal. Natalie just said a mouthful. My husband always tells me that if you think negative, negative will happen. We can't live a positive life with a negative mindset. Hello. That's exactly what I've been trying to articulate.
Kiki want to know if you go to nursechristusa.com and you scroll up to the CMOS section or down to the CMOS section. If you go there, you'll see a section that says skin. I think nail and hair section. Click on that and you'll see the hair growth oil.
Yep.
Okay.
The face soap is wonderful.
Yes. They have
Everything.
a skin bundle, all of that.
Yep.
But going back to that, some people might say, because you said that and it's a great thing. If you think negative things will happen. We can't live a positive life with a negative mindset, and it's so true. But just because you have a positive mindset, don't mean that negative things won't happen to you. Okay, in the book, one day you would find out some ish that happened to us this year because of Nurse Chris energy. But I would say this, that
Even in the midst,
that once the situation occurred, that we could not believe that was happening to us because we really didn't deserve the outcome of whatever the initial outcome of what was trying to happen to us. It shouldn't have ever happened, but life be lifing. So when this unnecessary consequence or whatever occurred, the undeserving thing occurred, we stayed prayed up. We set our intention to success for a positive outcome, and the positive outcome happened. Now, should we had to go down to come up? No, because it shouldn't happen in the first place from the start.
but I will say this. Actually, it could have been 3 things in 2024 that derailed what we know as life, what you see of us as life. 3 separate things. The first thing was the rumor that I was cheating on my wife. That seems small, but it's not. Because it can destroy a marriage, especially when so many people are feeding into it. The second thing was that allegation, the fraud thing. It could have destroyed my wife's business. So now we had something that attacked the love relationship, the finances, and then the third thing was pertaining to our freedom was being threatened. Our freedom was being threatened.
And
okay?
It shouldn't happen.
So to navigate those 3 things within a span of however many months, we was already meditating, had to meditate harder. We was already praying, had to pray some more. We were already doing the work, had to work some more. And by telling you that, I'm saying to you, don't give up the work. Don't say it ain't working. Don't go back to the old. Because I'm here to tell you, if we hadn't stayed fast, kept saying that this thing we doing is the right thing to do, and this is unnecessary, and it's a test, we might not be sitting here right now, going into 2025, happy, looking forward to the next chapter. Yay, Bali. 3 separate things, and that's off the top of my head. That ain't got nothing to do with my granny dying and all this other stuff. That's just us as a unit, the things that was coming. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So we was like, man, who wants those hits? But your reputation precedes it. Your people know. Even though they ain't met you in person, they know because you are authentic and you genuine and you walk the walk consistently every day. And whoever all those people were that was trying to do that, I already know their life ain't right and it's messed up, but I'm not focused on it. So if we had split energy, worried about every sibling, every cousin, every yada yada that ain't making the right decisions and don't watch the show and don't, we wouldn't have had the wherewithal to handle our own situation that hell no, we didn't deserve it. Hell no, we didn't do nothing wrong. Hell no, we didn't hurt nobody. Right? So we made it. We continue to make it. So maybe that's another reason why when the little stupid thing happened, I didn't have it because I already been striving to get back to thriving. All right, we're
That's
really
right.
getting off of here. So all that is basically saying faith without works is dead. Sometimes you have to apply oneself in addition to asking and waiting to receive.
And so even when you're going through it, as Angela said, you got to go through it to get, I think she was saying you got to go through it to get to it. So, but even when you go through it, don't lose your faith. Don't worry that it's going to be a negative outcome. Don't focus on a negative outcome. Focus
Trouble.
on a positive outcome.
Trouble don't last always.
Yes, yes. So even though you're a positive person, when a negative thing happens, continue to be positive, continue to focus on good, have the right thoughts, put out the right energy so that you can have the best outcome.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we thank you guys so much. Follow if you're not following.
We're going to get a haircut for me.
If you want to.
All right.
All right. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourself. And remember, health is wealth.
Let's stay healthy together.
See you. Bye.